Good evening. Thank you guys for coming to our 10th annual ukulele recital. And this is really an exciting night for me as we have seen this program grow over the past 10 years. And Mrs. Drury's vision and the team of teachers as they continue to push it forward. And so something that it's exciting for me as I see it on the calendar every year, and it should be a great night. So thank you, parents, for supporting all those evenings as you hear the strumming in the bedroom. Sometimes I sent Maceo outside because it was just like, you got to go outside, but just the effort that you guys put into these kids. So thank you for that. A couple of thank yous. One, I want to thank Koinonia Church for opening up their doors for us. It's always a great venue. Also want to thank Claudia in the back and Hunter for their help this evening, so thank you very much. Then I want to thank the junior high teachers and all of their effort. Mrs. DeLafu coming down from high school this year to help, Mrs. Jordan and Mrs. Drury for just their constant pushing the kids towards excellence and loving on them and doing all of this and showing glory to the Lord. So please join me in prayer, and then I will hand the microphone off. Lord, Heavenly Father, we come before you today, God, and we just thank you for these group of students. Lord, as they use their gifts and talents to serve you. Lord, as tonight is a night where they get to show what they've learned, but also, Lord, that they can worship. Lord, they can glorify you. Lord, and that they can let their light shine. Lord, I thank you for the staff who's poured into them. I thank you for the parents who love them and care for them. Lord, we pray that this night is just a night that honors and glorifies you in all we do. And all God's people said, amen.
Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying,
Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him.
When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born.
I'd just like to say that teaching first-year ukulele students is fun. It really is. I wrote this down just so I wouldn't forget all the great things I feel about this. Most of these young people are so enthusiastic. Now, you may have had a grouchy one or 2 days, but most are very enthusiastic. And I'd also like to say that it's a brand new experience. Here, learn to play this. It is a brand new subject for most of them. Thank you for investing and supporting our desire to engage these young people in making music.
I
evening. My name is Mrs. Jordan, and I have the privilege of taking the first years and moving them on to second year. So when they get to me, they've had some experience with Mrs. Drury and teaching them some down strums and lots of chords. And so I take them from that preface, and we continue with more chords, and then I introduce some different strumming patterns depending on if the music is a 4/4 time or a 3/4 time, having some different rhythms there and some different strumming patterns to go along with that. And then the part that they really like is finger picking. So I introduce them to finger picking and reading the notation of the notes. So they're doing a lot of things, and it's really a lot for them to grasp a hold of in 8 weeks. From looking at chords and strumming and these different rhythms and picking and singing. So we really ask a lot of them, and they really are trying very hard as they've learned through these songs. And when we first start, I think, oh my, are we going to pull this together? And pretty soon, the next couple weeks later, it's like, wow, okay, that's coming along pretty good. So it is an enjoyment to bring music, and we have seen students progress and even go on to play more advanced songs, and even on their own. And some of them even have taken up guitar too. So it's a great instrument as an introduction to music for many. So thank you. We are going to be playing 3 song selections for the intermediates, Mary's Boy Child, and I always like to choose a song about Jesus, tell the story of the season, and that's what we get to do with this one. And then they'll showcase a finger-picking song, and then our last one will be kind of a fun song.
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new King born today. And man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say, that man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. While shepherds watched their flocks by night, they saw a bright new star. Then they heard a choir sing, the music came from afar. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new King born today. And man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say, that man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day, because of Christmas Day.
All right, good evening, guys. I'm Mrs. DeLafu, and I teach the 3rd year, which will be over here to your right. Woo! Most of these students have been at this now for 2. This is going on their 3rd year. So what I try to add on to what they've already done in the last 2 years is just growing their ability to read music. And also what I keep telling them is to develop musicality. And what I mean by that is to not just hit the notes, but to kind of feel the music. So they've really been trying to learn how to feel rhythm in their bodies. So we've done a lot of pounding on desks and the ground and the board and swaying, just so they can kind of feel some rhythms. We've developed their knowledge of time signatures, so the songs that they're playing today are not just your typical 4/4 songs that you'd hear on the radio. They've also learned how to read tablature in a more sophisticated way. They're moving up the fretboard a little bit further in their finger picking. So really just building on what Mrs. Jordan has done over here. So tonight we're going to be doing "O Holy Night." We will also be playing "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen," and then you'll see at the end there a Hawaiian Christmas song, "Mele Kalikimaka."
And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet,
And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes in Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people, Israel.
Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when you have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also.
It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Hallelujah! It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Not my brother, not my sister, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Hallelujah! Not my sister, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer.
When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was.
When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy.
And when they came into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way.
All right, if you have your program in front of you, you're going to notice there, kind of towards the lower half, a section called Specials. And before we begin, I kind of just want to give you how this came about. So as we start our ukulele quarter, some students really take a liking to the instrument, and they decide on their own, in their own timing, to learn and practice and audition something that they could perform tonight for you, all on their own. This isn't something that we've worked with them with. This is just them taking the giftings and talents and passion for music to the next level. So you will see we've got, 6 performances tonight. I'll introduce each one of them. And the first up is Melody Dinkins here, who will be playing Do You Hear What I Hear?
Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Next up, I'd like to welcome Daniel Dinkins, who will be playing Sleigh Ride for you tonight.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, jingling, jingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for us to ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for us to ride together with you.
Great job. All right, our third solo performance tonight will be Leo Barnes playing Jingle Bells for us. Thank you, Leo. Up next, we have a duet with Katie Jane Sparks and Taylor Stroshine. They will be playing Winter Wonderland for you today.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird. In his place is the new bird. He's singing our song as we go along. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Great job, ladies. We have another duet. We have Miss Claire Dobbins and Bobby Vickers, and they will be playing, oh, it slipped my mind. It was in my head. Mary, Did You Know? Let's give them a round of applause.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child you're holding is the great I am.
All right, our last special for the evening will be Ann Amos and Avriana Miro playing We Three Kings.
All right, you chipmunks, are you ready to sing your song?
I'd say we are.
Yeah, let's sing it now.
Okay, Simon.
Okay.
Okay, Theodore.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Alvin. Alvin. Alvin!
Okay.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Merry Christmas!
All right, thank you, parents, so much, and families and friends for coming out tonight. We really appreciate your support of KCS and the junior high students. We will dismiss them to the sides here in a minute, and then they can come to you, and you're more than welcome to bring them back up here and take pictures and do all those things. We have one request from you tonight. Koinonia has allowed us to use their church so we could have a really beautiful concert for you, but they have asked if we could help them with something. So if some of you dads, moms, if you're able to help us stack some chairs in this middle row and then these two sides, not the far sides, they're asking us if we could stack the chairs in groups of 7, no taller than that. So if you're willing and able, we would really appreciate if we could get a couple of hands and help that go quickly. Thank you again. You can meet your child to the sides here briefly.